Sassy Biracial with a black mother exposes Divesters.
Yes, I am. And that's why I come on here letting y'all know that this is why healing is needed before divesting, because I see what happens when a black woman does not heal and decides to divest, and how she finds out rudely her place in that marriage, in that relationship, and that you still will attract the same man. Actually, probably worse, because you have less protection. However, the reason why a lot of y'all don't like what I'm saying is because I actually do have a black mom, you see? Because, see, y'all want me to come up on here and really just shit on black, because a lot of y'all comments is, oh, what about black men, what about black men? I can't speak about black men. I don't have a black father. That was not my experience. And what we're not going to do is be sitting here shitting on black men, because the last time I remember in my life, it was black men that stood up and took the father role for me when an Asian man wouldn't. That's my whole point I'm trying to make, is that there are dusty, ain't shit men in every race. You know, you're going to attract what you attract if you don't heal. You know what I'm saying? No matter what color that man is, but y'all don't want to hear me. And quiet as it's kept, you know, it's all this shitting on black men, and y'all got these black boys, and y'all raising these black boys, and I'm gonna just leave it at this. It says a lot about the parenting, because who are these black boys being raised by? Right, everything I'm saying is because I actually care about black women, because I care about my own mama. So with that being said, the one thing I will say about black women who divest, y'all get into these interracial relationships, and there's a lot of things y'all don't take into account. For instance, like, you do know that going into an interracial relationship, you're creating mixed children. And y'all never are truly prepared on how to raise these children.
I think it's extremely weird how some people in the black community try to force very visibly non-black people to claim blackness. In the same sense, then we turn around, and when there's erasure of us in the media, of monoracial looking black people in the media, we turn around and we feel a type of way.
In one instance, it's, oh, all these mixed girls are taking our image.
So you really hurt me, I think.
And in the next minute, it's, oh, we're divesting because black men this and black men that. So what you're telling me is you're your own demise. Like, you don't want to see yourself standing up there representing yourself. No, you want to see somebody like Zendaya. You want to see somebody like me. That's what you're saying, right? But once again, y'all will go in these comments and argue and fight for your lives over me, because I'm literally saying the truth. 1 minute it's, we're going to divest, we're going to divest. And then the next minute it's, oh, all you mixed people are taking our image. But you're screaming divestment. And you do know divestment means you're creating a mixed child who's having more privileges than you. But your hatred towards black men, or really your daddy, is so strong that it's fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about my image. I don't give a fuck if years from now I'm gonna be like Diana Ross and all my grandchildren are white or Asian or whatever. No. You can't sit here and say, oh, well, the black men are doing this, when literally the black women divestors are doing the exact same thing. Deleting yourself. But it is what it is. I always find it weird how South Asians and East Asians are considered the same race, but we look completely different from each other. But the one thing that South Asians and East Asians both have in common, they hate black people with a passion. Both East Asian and South Asian men have awful temper. They have very high abusive tendencies towards women. They're also controlling over women to the point where women almost have no say in Asian culture, whether you're East Asian or South Asian. And then they have a strong alliance to white people, to the point where I almost call them the house. They love kissing the ground they walk on, and they seek for their approval deeply. That's why you always see them, whether it's an East Asian woman or South Asian woman, you always see them desperately running over there to get them a white tea, a white tea. I don't think they asses, no way. And ladies, this is why you have to do your healing before you decide that divesting is your answer. I'm a product of a black woman that divested. So I've seen what a lot of y'all don't see before you get in there. So let me tell you how she ended up in this situation outside of karma. See, Aunt Karen, she was one of those girls who was never picked. No black boys picked her. White boys didn't pick her, but she was more hurt by the black boys. Mainly off the fact that she was probably weird and she just didn't fit in and people just weren't checking for her. So what she decided was, her answer is, oh, men, they're not worth nothing. I'm gonna go to white men because I guess they're supposed to treat y'all better. But see, when you don't do your healing, you end up like her, thinking that you're about to run to the YT world and be living your best married couple life, and all you did was literally bring your trauma to another group of people, and you literally attracted the same man in a different body. Y'all sit here and talk about black men all day, and now look at you. Now you're a black woman, breadwinner in your house, and you're literally taking care of a white tea man, a dusty man. That's why you have to heal. Divesting, do all this stupid shit, you're not gonna be healed. All you're going to do is attract the same man. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but dusty men are in every group of people. Let's use Gary Owens, for example. Now, this pretty ass woman right here helped this man come up, took him from the trailer parks, brushed him up, put him out there, and she was the reason his fans are all this. But what did he do? Did exactly what a man's gonna do. Got in the game, got his options, started to play, and he left her and them high yellow kids behind. So I just need y'all ladies to understand. Other groups of men will still use you for your resources and what they can get out of you because you did not heal your pick-me traits and tactics. So you're susceptible to people who are going to use you.
Actress in movies, television, and even a national news network contributor, handcuffed and taken away. Stacey Dash made a name for herself in the hit 19 comedy Clueless.
You ain't never lied because people do think that they're going to go divest and that their world is going to be such this fairy tale. And then their faces get broken when they realize that you are a black woman and that you divesting. I don't think you realize that the power play now in your relationship is completely off. Let's take Stacey Dash, for example. So back during COVID, Stacey Dash married a YT man who had 3 full YT children. Why am I bringing this up? Well, because it has a lot to do with the power play at hand. So one evening, I guess one of his children got to arguing with Stacey and wasn't having it. So she got up in Stacey's face. And to defend herself, Stacey pushed her back, as this quote has said. But apparently, her husband, the YT man, put Stacey in a chokehold, and them kids and that man was whooping ass. This led Stacey to go call the cops to defend herself because she was literally being attacked in her home by all these YT children and her husband.
How many people are involved? There are 3 children, 1 adult, and myself.
And when the police came, guess who got arrested?
The 52-year-old stands accused of domestic violence in Pasco County, and
And see, I had to use the story of Stacey Dash to let y'all know. See, so many of you women, y'all run over me because y'all got so many issues with your own father. Actually, most of y'all have actual issues with your mom. It's not your actual father. It's really your mama. Y'all get so flustered that you decide you're going to run and divest without knowing and thinking about the ramifications that actually comes with divesting, such as understanding that you are a black woman. So when the police come, if it's a situation where you need the police and they come, who are they going to listen to? You or the YT man? And in Stacey Dash's case, she found out, oh, I have no say in my marriage. Like, even if I'm being choose, I am the one that's at fault because at the end of the day, the power play between our relationship is unbalanced because what world do we live in? Who do these rules help the most? Because in Stacey Dash's case, guess what the police saw? They saw a YT man, YT children who had scratches on them, and they saw a black lady. Who you thought was going to go to jail? So before you go shitting on men, just remember that when you run over there, baby, there's even bigger consequences on that relationship that you can even think of.
He said, move out the way, Ali, move out the way, and
We never saw any repercussions if the police were called. I think because he was a white man and she was a black woman.
So I see that last video had John a tussle when I told you that Stacey Dash had to learn that no matter where you run, like, you're going to be a black woman, and when you run over to divest, that there is a power dynamic at play. And that one thing I noticed from that last video in the comment section, a lot of y'all keep talking about the abuse of black men. Well, today we're going to talk about the abuse of YT men, starting with the first high yellow family of the black community, DeBarge. So in case y'all do not know, DeBarge, they were a group from the 80s, an R&B group. They were half black and half white. This they mama, and this they pappy. Now, being the product of a black woman that divested, I tried to help explain to y'all that sometimes you just need to heal first before you do divest, because a lot of times it's the healing that needs to come into play, because a lot of times you're going to attract either a man who's just the same as the man you was already attracting, or even crazier. For example, they mama. They daddy was worse than Joe Jackson. The things he did to this family, this girl, his own daughter. Hold on.
Bunny says that her father physically abused her mother and eldest brothers and sexually molested her.
Started when I was 7 and went on until I was around 13.
Her own father.
Bunny.
See, y'all get on this TikTok and y'all let these people sell you a dream and don't really know what they're actually facing. Being a mixed man who has a non-black father, I want to let you know, men of other races really do be putting hands on women. I mean, who you think made the rules of women can't vote, women can't do, what race of people made that? What group of people, what group of men did that? Right. So once again, I think you really need to go look at history and understand some shit, and also go listen to the mixed kids that you're creating. But you won't. But like I said, because what I'm saying takes a level of you taking accountability and understanding, and because what I'm saying has a level of truth, because I'm actually the product of a black woman that divested, and I actually know how this shit works, and a lot of y'all are just going off of what you're seeing on TV. I know you're not going to listen to me. I know you're going to, like, you know, try to diminish me and what I got to say and everything like that. So y'all go do what y'all want to do, because I guess the grass is always green on the other side. But my whole thing is, can y'all stop raccooning and shitting on your own people, because you look crazy. It's giving house. And on a side note, in being the product of a black woman divested, I'm trying to tell y'all, some way, somehow, that racist behavior is going to come out. And some way, somehow, you're going to learn your place in that relationship, whether it's you or your children.